Good morning, and welcome to the Fresno City College Career and Employment Center virtual job fair. We have Lori Oricio from the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and welcome.
Thank you. So here at Fresno Chaffee Zoo, we have a wide variety of positions that come open throughout the year. Anything from entry-level cashier, seasonal cashier positions, up to animal care. Some of the most frequent positions that come open would be cashier, conservation interpreters. The conservation interpreters are the guides that you will see throughout the zoo. So if you ever visit and you see somebody wearing a green polo shirt at one of the animal exhibits, it's probably a conservation interpreter. And they're able to inform the guests about the animals and different aspects of the zoo. Conservation is a big thing at the zoo, so we do a lot of conversations around conservation and anything that we can do to save the animals out in the wild. We also have positions in maintenance. So there's custodial, maintenance generalist, horticulture. We also have security. Our security staff does hire frequently throughout the year. Security is the only department at the zoo that is working 24/7. We always have somebody in security here on site, so that will involve overnight shifts. All of these positions do have a variety of qualifications. Some just require a high school diploma. Security would like if you had some security guard type experience, but it's not required. They can train those positions on the job. Conservation interpreter, it helps if you have some knowledge on conservation and different, different aspects of conservation, and being able to talk to a variety of guests throughout the day. Horticulture is more of like a groundskeeping position. It's maintaining the grounds. So mowing the lawn, pulling the weeds, cleaning up the shrubbery and the different flower beds. Having experience does help. It does help the person coming into the job. There are some times where we're able to hire somebody that's a little bit more entry level into that position as well. To apply for the positions, keep an eye on our website. The website is fresnochaffeezoo.org. At the bottom of the homepage, you'll see a link for careers. If you go to that page, it will list all of the current openings. And if there's a closing date, that will be listed at the end of the job title. If there's something that you're interested in and you don't see it posted today, keep checking. Our available jobs change frequently. It could change day to day as to what positions we're hiring for. To complete the application, you will need to be on a computer because it is an online application. You will need a resume. When you upload your resume into the application, it will try to fill in some of the different prior job history information, but always review what is automatically uploaded to make any corrections or additions that you need to make. And the application, it will walk you through each of the steps of the application. So make sure you get all the way to the end where you sign and submit electronically. After we get our completed applications, the hiring manager will review them for qualifications based on that particular position. And those that we are interested in talking with will generally start with a phone interview, quick phone call with the manager to talk about your experience and how it relates to the position you applied for. And then from there, we'll select who will make it to the next round of interviews, which right now, because of COVID, we're doing all of those via Zoom. So you just need to be able to access Zoom and we can get you into the interview. Hopefully sometime soon when COVID loosens up, we can get back to doing some in-person interviews. But for now, Zoom is really helpful. All of our positions, or most of our positions, we either have full-time or part-time, and that will usually be designated in the job posting, whether that particular position is full-time or part-time. There are times where we might have the same position posted as full-time and part-time. If you're interested in either, submit an application. It really helps to submit applications for anything that you're interested in or think you're qualified for. Are there questions at this point or anything else that I should go over?
Yeah, now, what, other than skills, what kind of qualifications
Oh,
or qualities, let me say, are you
yes.
looking for in an employee when hiring? Of course, customer service sounds like it would be a big
Yeah.
quality that you would need.
Customer service is a huge quality that's needed in every position at the zoo, because you will have interactions with the guests no matter what position you're in. If you're walking through the zoo and somebody sees you with an ID badge or wearing the polo, they're going to ask you questions. So being able to give that great customer service to anybody that you encounter as you're walking through the zoo, and also carrying that customer service over to your teammates, any of the fellow workers at the zoo, giving them that great customer service as well. And being able to work as a team, teamwork goes a long way, and the communication with the different coworkers, because there will be times where you might be working on a project by yourself, but other times it could be multiple coworkers that are working on that same project with you. So being able to communicate with the team as you're working through the project does go a long way, as well as the reliability,
Yes.
being to work on time, and being at work every day. Minimal missed shifts and tardies it's a big thing. Looks like there's a question.
Okay.
A high school diploma would be required, or a GED. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So are the uniforms provided there? Does everyone wear a uniform?
Everybody who's out on grounds does wear a uniform.
Okay.
We have 2 uniforms, so depending on the position will determine which uniform you're in. Conservation interpreters, cashiers, education staff, and security wear the dark green polo, and we do provide those on your first day. You would need to then wear either khaki pants or khaki shorts with a 7-inch inseam. If you're working in maintenance, horticulture, custodial, or animal care, we have more of a work shirt. It's a lighter green color button-up shirt that those employees would be wearing, and that is also provided. All of the uniforms have the zoo logo embroidered on them, and the work shirts generally have the employee's name as well. And all employees will be issued an ID badge that identifies you at the zoo. When you're walking in, or walking through the zoo, I should say, guests see that ID badge, and that also identifies you as being a zoo employee. And there's some gates and doors that the ID badge will allow you to get through.
Okay.
But everybody does need to wear the khaki pants or shorts, and definitely wearing comfortable shoes, because every position spends a lot of time on their feet, and a comfortable sneaker or a hiking type shoe is what a lot of our staff wear. They just need to be closed-toed and secured heeled.
Oh, good point. Okay.
Yeah.
And did we have another question in the chat?
And we're going through a lot of construction right now. We're updating some of the older sections of the zoo, so it's really exciting. You guys can see the construction as you're walking through the zoo. Of course, everything's gated off, but we should have those exhibits. The new exhibits is going to be called Kingdoms of Asia. And if you go on YouTube, you can see the plans of what that exhibit is going to look like. So it's really exciting, and it's looking like it should be completed in about a year and a half.
I'm assuming you guys are close
We're close. Is that what you're
right
saying?
now, or are you guys open?
Oh no, we're open.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we opened back up at the end of January. We did have to close
Cool.
2 different times, but the second closure we reopened at the end of January. And we are open 7 days a week. Right now we're open 9 to 6, I think. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, for the next few weeks, we have evenings on the savannas. So it's open a little bit later.
And you have a food court, correct? Is your food court open?
Yes, we have 2 different food locations at the zoo. In the center of the zoo, we have a smaller safari cafe. And then out in Africa, we have Kopi Lodge, which has a larger selection of foods. Everything's a grab and go format right now because of COVID. We had to close the indoor servery, but they are able to serve a lot of the normal offerings just in a grab and go format.
Okay. What makes a successful employee within your organization?
Ooh, that is a good question. The willingness to learn, coming in every day with that positive attitude and willing to learn whatever the new task that might be assigned to you, or just trying to learn something new. If you know you're always doing the same, maybe you're a custodian and your day is pretty normal as far as the custodian, but you see something else that you want to learn how to do that's related to the position, expressing that interest and learning how to maybe fix a paper towel dispenser that is broken or something along those lines. Every position has room to learn more. Whatever you start out doing, you're not going to be limited to. If you want to learn more, express that interest to your manager.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Storyland. Storyland is open and active.
Storyland is open. They are separate from Fresno Chaffee Zoo. So I believe they just opened in the last couple weeks. I don't have any information on their positions.
Okay, so they're not part of the zoo, actually. They're just on the.
No.
Okay.
They're just happen to be in Roding Park with us.
Yes. Okay. All right. Wonderful. And what's the growth potential for employees?
There are always opportunities to grow at the zoo. So if somebody is wanting to move up into another position, they would just need to apply for that position. All employees will have access to a program called Paycom. It's where the timekeeping and stuff is currently through. You can go in through that program once you're an employee and see the job postings. There are a few occasions where we might post something internal only because we think we can fill the position with an internal candidate. So that kind of gives the current employees a little inside edge on a position that might be open. And then anything that's posted externally will also show in Paycom, but you can also go to our website to see if it's an external position.
Okay. So we have another question here.
Okay.
Where do we go to apply and see the available positions? Some people just signed on recently. So if you would go over the application process again, that would be very helpful.
So you can go to our website, fresnochaffeezoo.org. At the bottom of the homepage, you'll see the link for careers. Click on that link and that will take you to our career page. It will list all of our current openings, and in the right-hand corner will give you the section where you upload your resume and start your application.
Okay,
when you're completing the application, it will be more than just uploading the resume. So make sure when you upload the resume and you get into the application that you complete everything all the way until you sign and submit to acknowledge the completed application.
Okay, good. And just so you know, our staff at the Career Employment Center, we work with students and alumni. We work with alumni for a lifetime. A lot of our graduates don't know that, but we help them with creating resumes or updating their resumes, and also with interviewing skills. So we're doing do this so our students are more successful in being comfortable especially for people who haven't had a lot of jobs. It helps them to be more comfortable and prepared for
That's great.
getting hired by some of the great employers in Fresno, such as yours. It looks like, oh, that's my talk. Okay. Anybody else have questions? We still have some time.
So are you guys hiring like currently?
Yes, we are hiring right now. Let me just pull up the current positions. We have some positions available in events doing setup. We have part-time on-call position, full-time position, and a lead position. Event setup would be setting up the events that we have throughout the zoo. So setting up the tables and chairs. If there's any special needs surrounding that event, you would assist with getting that set up. We have conservation interpreter posted. That is the position that is they're a guide type position that's throughout the zoo at the different animal events. We have HR assistant, custodian, accounting manager, animal curator, and a guest services manager. So right now we do have quite the variety of positions. Some of the positions are posted for 2 weeks, so the closing date will be listed there with the job title. And you just need to make sure you get your application submitted before the position closes so that we can consider you.
There's also another chat question. It says, how flexible are the schedules?
Oh, the schedules will depend on the department. A lot of the positions are staffed 7 days a week, so it could have some flexibility depending on your availability as well. If you're in a full-time position, you will be working 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Part-time positions would be up to 29 hours a week. So some of the areas that have part-time positions have a set schedule, but some of our other areas do not have such a set schedule. Events, there could be some fluctuation based on the events that we have. They generally do work the weekends. Custodial, maintenance, and horticulture, they also work the weekends. So there's some flexibility there, but it just depends on the needs of the department at the time. And schedules can change depending on those needs. But everybody that's hired, the manager will make sure to know what your availability is so that we can schedule around that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So do you still have the little goats and stuff, that area where the kids can go in and play with them?
Yes, we still have Valley Farm, and Valley Farm is now open again. So you can go in and visit the goats, and there's chickens, a mini horse, and a mini cow in that section.
Okay.
And we have a dinosaur exhibit that is open through August, I believe is when it's closing. That has been a great exhibit that we've had. It's just kind of a temporary exhibit, but a lot of the kids and adults, they love seeing the different dinosaurs that we have on display.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Now we've come there for the Halloween event as well.
Oh yes, Zubu.
Yeah, Zubu, you guys just have so much fun stuff that goes on there. It's a great place to take kids and families.
Yes.
Terrific. And the zoo, it's expanded so much since we've been here
Yeah.
many years, and it's just grown so much, and you have so many exhibits. It's like a world-class zoo now. Really a fabulous place to be.
Yes, it's definitely an exciting place to work.
I can imagine, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure things change all the time.
Yes, they do.
Yes, all right. So, does anybody else have a question? Anything else you want to know? Students, I want to remind you that you can get in touch with us at the Career and Employment Center at Fresno City College if you need help with your resumes or interview skills, any of that. Also, we have career counselors that work in our office. And if you're unsure about the career path that you want to be on, they are excellent at helping people define the best career path based on some self-assessment tests. We are your resource for getting jobs. And like I said, don't forget, once you graduated from City College, transferred, or you've gotten certificates, you're considered an alumni, and are available. Our services are available to you for a lifetime. So, all right. So I don't see any other questions. And so thank you so much, Lori, for presenting. This was an excellent presentation by you, great information, and it's very clear how students apply. And so we're looking forward to a lot of our students applying. And
Great. I
also,
look forward to it.
yes, now, have you posted your jobs on our job website? That's
A lot of our positions are posted there. There are a couple positions that I just posted this week that I need to get posted on your website.
excellent, excellent. Okay, good.
Yeah. If any questions come in, feel free to reach out to me.
Okay.
So, if anybody comes to you with questions about the zoo, you can give them my contact information.
Okay, and we have a new person in the room, Mona. Welcome, Mona, and Nancy. Those are two new people. So if you could, we still have a little time, so if you don't mind going over the process of how they apply for the jobs, and just briefly types of jobs like you did 2 times already. Thank you.
Yes, so if you're interested in working at Fresno Chaffee Zoo, you can go to our website, fresnochaffeezoo.org, and at the bottom of the page is a link for careers. When you go onto the careers page, it will list all of our current openings, and with each position, when you click on the position, it will take you into the job posting so you can see more information on that specific position. If there's a closing date, that's also part of the job title. And when you're in the actual job posting, you'll have the link to be able to apply to the position. It is an online application process. You'll upload your resume, and then you'll fill out a variety of questions. There's questions that are specific to the job, as well as questions around your work history, filling in the job experience that you do have, and then just keep working your way through the application till you get to the end where you do a couple acknowledgements, sign, and submit. We have positions open all the time, and it varies day to day. So if you go in and you don't see something you're interested in, don't give up, keep checking, because our positions do change frequently. We have positions anywhere from seasonal cashier, security, maintenance, horticulture, custodial, conservation interpreters who are out in the zoo, and they have a lot of guest interaction, explaining things about the different animals based on whichever exhibit they're stationed at. And then just there's always a variety of guest questions that anybody working at the zoo will get. So even if you're not in a specific area, you might get a question about it. So there will be a lot of guest interaction. The guests are very good at picking out our employees as they're walking through the zoo, either by the uniform that they're wearing, or they'll see the ID badge and they'll ask questions. So A lot of time spent outdoors. Just about every position is outdoors a lot, and you're on your feet a lot. So be prepared to get those steps in every day.
And your point about the comfortable shoes, I thought that was very important.
Yes,
So,
definitely wear comfortable closed-toed, secure-heeled shoes. Some of our staff wear more of a sneaker. Others wear kind of a hiking type sneaker to have a little bit more support. But the majority of our staff, they are outdoors a lot, so walking in a variety of different terrains, more of a pavement as well as grass and kind of a dirt rock area. So whatever position you're in, make sure you're wearing shoes that are comfortable for a lot of time on your feet.
mhm. All right, we have time for, there are one or two more questions. We can take those right now. So we'll wait a couple seconds here. Okay.
I have a question. So is there any way that, I mean, not any way, but any way, well, yeah, any way that can make your application noticed or stand out, like give a follow-up after applying?
What could help is be as specific as you can about your job history. Some of our positions do require a specific background, depending on the position. It'll be designated in the job postings if there's specific job requirements and experience that's required. So highlight that experience in your work history. Put as much detail as possible, not just your job title, but put some information as to what you did in that position. Some of our applications have kind of job related questions where they might need you to type in a short paragraph. Definitely put information in those questions. If the question's asking you to explain your experience, give some information there about what your experience was, how long, how many months or years you have gaining that experience. As far as follow-up, you can call and check in on the position, on the posting or your application, I should say, but keep in mind that the positions might be open for 2 weeks and some of the managers aren't going through the applications and starting the interview process until after the position is closed. They want to see all of the completed applications before they start working their way through them. Some will start doing phone screens prior to the position closing, but we really won't be completing the interview process and selections until after the position has closed. And it could be a few weeks after the closing date before we're able to move into the interview stage, just because there's always so much going on at the zoo and trying to coordinate multiple calendars to get those interviews scheduled is challenging. So it just be patient and give us that time to work through the process. But if there's questions on the application, you can always email hr@fresnochaffeezoo.org and we can respond to that.
All right. Well, thank you so very, very much. This was really great information. And it looks like a lot of people are interested. So
Great.
our time is up right now, and we will definitely be referring students to you. And it sounds like a lot of great jobs that you have. So again, it was wonderful having you here and presenting. So
Thank you for inviting us.
yes, we look forward to working with you continuously. Thank
Great,
you.
so do I.
And